before we have a report from the subcommittee, I just want to thank y'all all for coming, and thank all of you for your service. This may be the last Game Fishing Parks meeting for the year, and if it is, we just want to thank all of you. Want to thank all of you from the department. Well, there's a couple of members we'd rather not thank, but
Amen. I wouldn't miss this one right here for nothing in this world. I got a long question. You the one carrying it. I don't know.
Absolutely. That is kind of a. If he's carrying it, that's sort of an oxymoron, I think. If it's going to be successful, but I won't go. I didn't go there. But we want to thank all of you for your participation in our business this year, and we may have one more meeting, but at this time it looks like this could be our last. But you never know around this place. We may have another one before the session ends. But having said that, we want to recognize Senator Tyler Akins, and he wants to talk to us about Senate Bill Akins. I know him, excuse me. That's a Freudian slip. Knew him before I knew you, Tyler Harper. And I apologize. Senator, you're probably my favorite senator, so I can't believe I mispronounced your name there. We're not doing that.
I appreciate that very much so. Even though they do me that way in the Senate, I'm glad to know the House treats us.
Senator Harper, we think you're the best, so proceed if you will. You may rule Chairman Roberts out of order at any time during your presentation. Senator Harper, I made a grievous mistake, and I forgot to recognize the chairman of the subcommittee that heard this bill prior to this to see what their recommendation may be on this bill, and I apologize. Chairman McCall.
We had a long out discussion on Tyler Harper and his gopher turtle, and motion was a due pass on to big committee. It might be a good thing that he wasn't here and let Mark and DNR explain the bill. But I guess we have to put up with him now. So anyway, it was a motion.
Was the vote close, Mr. Chairman? Just to shed some light.
It was tight, but it squeaked out.
It is a good bill. We're having a little fun, but it's really a good bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Chairman McCall, I think we can, if you need to leave us, I think. I thought you'd be really proud to go do that. Thank you, Chairman. Senator, my apologies again.
No, it's fine, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Harper, proceed.
Well, Mr. Chairman, as has been stated,
I recognize Chairman Pruitt.
That's close. Start with Pete. I do have one question. I remember when Range Field was being
Why don't you introduce yourself, just since we're in full mode at this point in time?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mark Whitney, I'm the Assistant Director of Wildlife Resources.
What's the range of the gopher tortoise in the state? How far up, or the entire state? What's the range of as far as them?
Currently, you could essentially say from the fall.
Senator, good to see you. Certainly a great improvement of what was going on over there. Certainly always good to see you. But I got a question. I heard what you're talking about the tortoise, and I certainly understand what can happen. Had a situation with woodpecker on Fort Stewart. We couldn't do tank trails. And, I mean, it stopped almost $500 million worth of construction until. But is it not true that regardless of what we do, if that tortoise goes on the endangered list, it will supersede any state law we pass here? Is that not true? Department? Wasn't that right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
That's,
The motivation behind this law change, however, is to demonstrate to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service that we are attempting to do everything we can to protect that species as an effort to keep it off the list.
and I happen to agree, and thank you for that. I think being proactive, we certainly don't want to get on that list because you talk about problems, but being proactive, and I was going to remind us of a couple of other instances we've experienced relatively recent. And my grandmother, who was a third grade scholar, told me that when your hand's in the lion's mouth, you ease it out. So I wouldn't suggest kicking, EPD, until the mouth is closed.
Oh, please.
This is a question for the sponsor of the bill, who's a good friend of mine, and I'm sure he's probably trying to look after me and my health since we are such good friends. And because isn't it true that rattlesnakes do taste a lot better than gopher turtles?
Being is the fact that he is my senator. And when I went over into the Senate and had to go before the committee that he sits on, he kind of, at one time, made a little fun of me while I was over there, you know. Yeah, he actually did. But being is that I'm in the House and it's just a good man, just a forgiving individual. Mr. Chairman, this time I'd like to make a motion to pass.
Motion so noted, and a second. And I'd like to make a comment, and I find that a little bit discouraging, Mr. Chairman, that would happen to you, and a man of your quality, it would happen in the Senate. But, you know, just to comment on gopher tortoises, I think, you know, there's something that's really unique to our part of the world. Happened to see one Sunday afternoon that just come out of the burrow and was out sunning. And I would hope that the department, Mr. Commissioner, and any of us that have any influence with the folks at Georgia Public Television that does a great job, they do a really good job, that they would educate folks around our state about what we have and how unique it is, and how we should be good stewards of those gopher tortoises, and not disturb them, and take them to the house for the youngins to watch them in the backyard and disturb their habitat. It's an important part of our environment. And having said that, at this time I'd ask all of those in favor of this motion to say aye. All those opposed. Senator, we appreciate you bringing the bill, and we look forward. Now, who's going to carry it for you on the floor of the House?
Mr. Chairman, I have really had some tough time thinking who I need to carry this bill.
I can't understand that.
It was really hard.
You won't hurt my feelings if you don't say it.
Representative Jay Roberts is going to take this bill forward, Mr. Chairman.
Well, your judgment is somewhat suspect on that deal, but we certainly respect it. We appreciate you. Thank y'all for being here. We stand adjourned.